Coming up on Cronkite Sports Now, the latest on Arizona MMA and the current fight to fight, what the Cardinals need to work on to make a deep playoff push, and a Suns player's mission to help children in his home country. Hello and welcome to your Tuesday edition of Cronkite Sports Now. I'm Harry Croton. With national sports back in action, local sports outlets are looking to get going again, but some are having more success than others. Cronkite News reporter Emiliano Fregoso looks at the fight to fight in Arizona and how combat sports are struggling to get back on their feet.
The fight to fight in Arizona rages on, as the Arizona Department of Gaming gave no timeline for resuming MMA events at their commission meeting last month, frustrating Rough MMA founder Joel Lopez.
I'm upset, disappointed. I just feel like this whole thing has been an unfair situation for this industry. It just feels like the little guy, the small business guy, is getting the short end of the stick in this whole situation.
And Lopez's frustration stems far beyond last month's meeting, as Ruff had a plan in place for just this scenario.
I have a movie studio in Tempe at 33125. I wanted to do a private VIP show at my movie studio. But the issue then was like, we can't fit 1,000 people in here. Well, we don't need them now.
This has also impacted Ruff's pocketbook, with a loss totaling close to $750,000 since the emergence of COVID-19, making it difficult for matchmaker Jason Martinez to get fighters back in the cage.
We have a huge fight community in Arizona, and these people have become used to us being able to deliver almost every month, every 6 weeks. Now all these guys are standing around looking at me like, please, when is this going to happen? Please, please, please.
And with bouts not being made, fighters, like Glenn Baker, have found it increasingly harder to motivate not only himself, but his gym as well.
It's hard to keep people super motivated to train hard every day when there's no reward of fighting afterwards. We go through our camp, we get in the mind frame, we lose all the weight that we need to lose, and our reward for that is being able to hit somebody as hard as we can. And a lot of the fighters are walking around without that reward now.
If we keep fighting, if the fighters keep fighting, and we keep doing what we do, I think we're going to get what we want because we're doing the right thing. Honestly, we're not doing anything bad. We're helping fighters showcase their show, and we're working hard to put that together for them.
With so many variables still in play, all parties involved have one goal in mind: get back into the cage as quickly and as safely as possible. That way, the next time we're here at 3125 Studios, we can be on the inside instead of on the outside. And with the next commission meeting right around the corner, hopefully that'll be sooner rather than later. Reporting for Cronkite Sports, I'm Emiliano Fregoso.
Despite advancing to 3-2 with Sunday's 30-10 win over the New York Jets, the Arizona Cardinals are still focused on improvements. The team is currently tied with Tampa Bay for the NFL lead in penalties, averaging 8.4 flags per game. That's nearly one entire penalty more than the second worst team. Head coach KLIFF Kingsbury stressed the importance of a well-disciplined roster.
We've stalled so many drives because of penalties, and that's we've just kind of been disjointed throughout the season because of that. Had some flashes of brilliance, but haven't put together a consistent game yet, and that's what we're working for. I think that's the signal of a great offense is one that plays downhill consistently, not a lot of negative plays, and is more efficient than we've been playing.
The Cardinals lead the league in intentional grounding, are tied for second in tripping, and tied for third in delay of game and illegal contact. They also lead the NFL in the most instances of having too many men on the field defensively. Sunday's win resulted in 10 penalties for 59 yards, numbers Arizona will look to improve on against Dallas Monday night. After his performance this past weekend, Tucson native Alex Bowman has advanced to the top 8 in the NASCAR Cup Series, which inches him closer to competing in the championship weekend at the Phoenix Raceway. Two-time Daytona 500 winner Michael Waltrip is making news in Arizona with plans to open his locally owned Michael Waltrip Brewing Company. Cronkite News reporter Rachel Phillips has more on his decision to launch a brewing company during a pandemic.
Michael Waltrip competed at the highest level of racing, but now he's completely switching gears and accelerating into the world of brewing, right here in Arizona.
There's certainly a lot of interest, and we've met a lot of really nice people that have enjoyed our story behind the two-time branding, our colorful, fun cans, and the wonderful liquid that's inside those cans.
The newly formed Michael Waltrip Brewing Company launched 3 styles of beer in the Grand Canyon state. The unique beers fall under the 2-time lineup, playing off of the 2 wins Waltrip had at the Daytona 500.
Michael Waltrip leads the Daytona 500.
Waltrip first ventured to Phoenix when NASCAR came to the Valley in 1988. Since then, he's built a bond with the city and decided it would be the perfect place to introduce a blonde ale, Vámonos Mexican lager, and Checkered Pass coconut IPA.
Very proud of all 3 of the styles. I think they're very drinkable. They're not frou-frou. They're not way up in the craft beer world. They're somewhere in the middle.
He's got an opportunity to be successful. He's got a brand name. He's got a demographic that craft beer doesn't normally enjoy a lot of success in, but the potential is certainly there.
The line was designed to appeal to mainstream beer drinkers and racing fans alike. But the coconut IPA is also pleasing the palates of beer buffs.
We didn't really think that our brand would necessarily be the brand that would talk to that, the beer aficionado crowd, but through 2-time Checkered Pass, it's given us a way to do that.
In the past 7 years, Arizona breweries have surged from about 25 to over 100. And there's still plenty of room for more growth.
I'm not surprised that people do see an opportunity here in Arizona. It is a high watermark time for consumers.
During the middle of a pandemic might not seem like the best time to start the engine and go full throttle on a brewing company. But just like the newly opened Greenwood Brewing in downtown Phoenix, Michael Waltrip's Brewing Company is enjoying success nonetheless.
We're out there talking about a new launch, and so for a lot of bars and restaurants and retailers, it's pretty cool for them because they don't have a lot of new brands coming at them right now.
Waltrip isn't planning on hitting the brakes anytime soon. A brewery is in the works, and by next year they want to be distributing throughout other states in the South. For Cronkite News, I'm Rachel Phillips.
The brewery got approved by the city last week, and Waltrip already has big plans for the space. A race car simulator and his 2 Daytona 500 trophies on full display. Fresh out of the NBA bubble, Phoenix Suns forward Cheick Diallo recently announced his charity, the CD13 Foundation, to help benefit children in his home country of Mali. Diallo said he aims to use his platform to educate and empower young people. The foundation will provide opportunities and resources for kids in Mali and around the world. Healthcare, clothing, food, and of course basketball training are among some of the goals Diallo hopes to accomplish through donations and community outreach. He credits his own experience growing up in Mali as the driving force behind his charity.
So that's making me who I am today. So that's what I'm trying to, my knowledge, my experience, to give back to my community and let the people know, you can do anything you want to achieve or you make your mind to, you can, but you have to start somewhere.
And that's going to do it for your Tuesday edition of Cronkite Sports Now. Thanks so much for tuning in, and don't forget to follow us at Sports Cronkite on Twitter for daily updates throughout the Valley. Until next time, I'm Harry Croton. Thanks so much for joining us.